Today we're making a classic dessert in the Ember wood-fired oven, sticky toffee pudding with a pecan toffee sauce. First, let's get started with the sponge. And this isn't some dry sponge from some pub up the road. This sponge is light and soft, and that's all down to the dates. Roughly chop up the dates, making sure there's no pits left in them, then into a saucepan and cover them with the water. Bring the pan up to the boil and simmer gently for about 5 minutes until the dates are soft and breaking down. Once soft, turn off the heat and stir in the bicarb of soda and beat everything together. The mixture will start to foam, then it will take on this sort of greenish hue, and then it will turn dark brown. The bicarb of soda will help break down the date mixture, so if you give it a good beating with a whisk, it should break down into a nice puree. Once it's done, leave it to cool. While it's cooling, you can make the rest of your sponge. Place the butter into a bowl and beat it to soften it, then add your sugars and beat again until the mixture is light and fluffy. Add your eggs one by one, beating well between each addition, and finally add some vanilla extract and beat one last time. Add that cool date puree to the sponge batter and whisk everything together until nice and smooth. Then add self-raising flour, nutmeg, cinnamon and ground ginger to the bowl and stir and fold everything together until your batter looks like this. Grease a cast iron pan with some butter, then add the sponge mixture and using a spatula level out the top of it. Then it's time to stick it in the Ember wood-fired oven. Get some wood wool firelighters lit and then top with some hardwood and get the whole thing into the oven. Then give it about 10 minutes for the wood to burn and the temperature in the oven to rise to about 190 degrees C. Once the oven's up to temperature and the flames are starting to die down, place the sponge into the Ember oven, replacing the front and leave it to cook for about 30 or 40 minutes. You're looking to maintain the temperature around 180 to 190 degrees C during the 40 minutes. So if you see the temperature dropping, then you can always add more wood or fuel for food wood pellets to stoke the flames and increase the heat. But just be careful because you don't want massive flames during this time, so keep an eye on the fire as you add wood or fuel. If the flames look too high, then open the back hatch just to let some of the heat and the flames escape. I had to stoke the flame a little bit before the end of the cooking as the temperature was starting to drop, and you can see the flame got pretty big and caught some of the sponge in the final few minutes. Let's not say it's burnt, let's just say it's well caramelized. Once the sponge is cooked and firm to the touch, just test it with a skewer just to make sure it's cooked through. If the skewer comes out clean, you're good to go. If not, cook for 5 more minutes and check again. Now use that same skewer to poke multiple holes all over the sponge, as these are going to help our toffee sauce sink into that pudding later on. Right, now for the pecan toffee sauce. Place light brown and golden granulated sugar into a pan with the butter and the golden syrup. Place the whole lot over a gentle heat and bring to the boil. Simmer that toffee mixture for about 4 or 5 minutes until it becomes a rich golden brown colour. Then add the cream and stir everything together until one consistency. Bring to the boil one final time to thicken the sauce, and finally take some whole roasted pecans, stir into that toffee sauce until the nuts are completely coated. Spoon half that pecan toffee sauce all over the warm sponge and leave it to soak for about 20 minutes or as long as you can bear it. Then this sticky toffee pudding is ready to serve. Cut yourself a generous portion, serve with vanilla ice cream and extra lashings of that pecan toffee sauce, and then you can enjoy your Ember wood-fire oven-baked sticky toffee pudding. For the full recipe, go to the alfrescochef.co.uk. Happy cooking, and we'll see you next time.